Now, getting lost, looking for answers. You're going somewhere. You need a desired result, an end to that dilemma, an end to that desperation, an end to those circumstances. You are in a church, worshiping God, but there is no full stop. That matter continues. Who am I speaking to? Am I speaking to anybody today? Saul was in that kind of desperation, looking for answers. Everywhere he went, the donkeys were not. Everywhere you have been, the answers have not. And that's where this message gets its title. Who is driving? I'm going to ask you a few questions so that we may know who the driver is. Is it possible under heaven for the Holy Ghost to get lost? Then why did your business fail with the Holy Ghost? Is it possible for the Holy Ghost to fail? Then why did you fail? Is it possible for things to go wrong with the Holy Ghost, who is God? Ask your neighbor, who's driving? The father was gracious. Was very gracious. And he said, go look for the donkeys. But don't go alone. Go with a servant. Go with the helper. Go with the Holy Ghost. Let him help you. But I am with the Holy Ghost. But everywhere I go, I'm failing. It's not working. Who is driving? Is it you or the Holy Ghost? Please ask your neighbor. Can the Holy Ghost fail the way you fail? Can the Holy Ghost get lost the way you get lost? If the answer is no, and you're with the Holy Ghost, then we need to ask the question, who is driving today? It is possible to be filled. It is possible to speak in tongues. It is possible to worship. But it's also true, you can be driving and not the Holy Ghost. How do I know? The Holy Ghost cannot get lost. How do I know? The Holy Ghost cannot fail. The Father knew you can't make it without the Holy Ghost. I hear Jesus saying, I'm going to make a place for you. I will not leave you alone. I will send with you another helper. He will be in you and with you. Who is driving? Who is driving? I've come here with my assistant. Every other night I give him the car to drive. Then I keep quiet. And we're in Kampala. He gets lost. I said, but we were here in the morning. He gets lost. So if I don't tell him turn left, turn right, he will get lost. But we're together. Now I discover in the scriptures. Hello, church. I discover
in the scriptures
that
they got lost several times until Saul was desperate. He said, now my father is concerned. Now I want to quit. Now I'm tired. And for the first time, we see fellowship. And we see communion. And we see discussion between Saul and the servant after getting lost. Is it possible this afternoon that you could be like Saul, driving and getting lost, and the servant is seated next to you? I came this afternoon to tell somebody, get off the driving seat. Let him drive. I said, let him drive. He knows the way. He knows what you need. He knows where the answers are. He knows what you don't know. He knows where to pass. Get off the seat. Let him drive. Let him drive. Let him drive. Stop driving. You have got lost enough times. The Lord said to me, so and so is my husband. Then he marries another one. The Lord said to me, so and so is my husband. Then he comes to you and asks you about your friend. Who is driving? Can the Lord make a mistake 5 times in 1 year? And every time you drive and get lost, you get hurt. Every time you fail, you get hurt. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Many sick people, because of expectation in God, which does not come to pass. I came to ask somebody today, who is driving? The Lord cannot get lost, but you can get lost. The Lord cannot fail, but you can fail. For the first time, Saul turns to the servant and he says, I want to go back. I want to go back. My father is now concerned about me. And then the servant begins to talk. I came to speak to someone this afternoon. I've come to challenge you. This is your year of increase, multiplication. This is a prophetic year for you. But hear me. You're going to engage in something new today that is going to change your life. So I've come to speak to someone. Saul began talking after great disappointment. You don't have to go through disappointment to start talking. Tell your neighbor to start talking. I said to start talking. I am going to challenge you, Jubilee, today, because there's grace for you to be challenged. This is what you're going to do. You see, let's be logical. Tell your neighbor, be logical. Let's use some common sense. I come and visit Uganda. And I realize everybody in Uganda speaks Luganda. And I speak maybe Kiswahili or English. if we are going to communicate,